So welcome everyone. In this session, we are going to practice the CSS grid and Flexbox. Okay, so first we'll make an HTML file. Okay, and in this, I'm going to name it as index.html, and I'll use the shift not symbol enter, and it will write the HTML code for us. And first, we are going to have a parent element. So division, its class name I want to keep as a parent, which will be having all the child elements. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create three child elements. So I'll say dot child. It will give the common class name for all the three child divisions, and along with that dot child hyphen dollar symbol. Okay. Now you just have to multiply three times, and it will give three divisions, which will have one common class name called as child, and individual class name called as child hyphen one, child hyphen two, and child hyphen three. Okay. I'll just simply name it as one, or let us keep it as left. Okay, I want to keep this in the center, so let me keep it as center, and this one let me keep it as right. Now let me just save this one and open with live server. So this is going to be our web page. So we have our web page ready with us. Okay, so let me just bring it like this, and let me just increase the coding section of this one. Okay, and I'm just going to create a style sheet. Okay, CSS file. I'm simply going to name it as style.css, and here I'm going to write the CSS code for this one, and let's first attach the index. In index.html we are going to link the CSS file using the link tag, and we have to link it inside the head tag. So let me just write style.css, that is the name of the file. Okay, I'm simply writing the name of the file because they are just in the same folder. So I'm going to save it, and first let's come to the style.css. Okay, you can make two screens like this, and on the left side you can see your HTML code, on the right side you can see your CSS code. Okay, this is the functionality which we get in Visual Studio Code. And let me just remove off that project explorer, and as you can see right now, we have on the left side we have the HTML code, and on the right side I'm going to write the CSS code. So let me just make it like this. Okay, so now first of all, the entire parent element. Okay, so its class name is parent, so let me just write it as parent, open and close curly brace. Okay, and first of all let us give a border of 1 pixel. Solid line should be there, and let's give it a black color. Okay, and entire parent element, okay, its width, I'm going to keep it as like 80%. Okay, 80% of the whole screen. So as you can see here on the right side we have 20% gap. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to adjust the margin between left side and the right side. Okay, so here we have to say like this, margin colon. Okay, I'm going to give two values. First one is for top and bottom margin, where I don't want any kind of margin, so I'm keeping it as 0. And next one will be the left and right margin, and that should automatically adjust itself. So I'm just going to say auto. So margin is 0 top and bottom, and auto is left and right. So let me just save it, and as you can see, left side and right side, okay, both the margins are equal right now. Okay, and if you want to give up and down margin also, then you can try something like this. See, if I say here instead of 0, if I say 100 pixels, okay, there will be a 100 pixel of margin at the top as well as at the bottom of this particular element. See, like this. Okay, so for time being, I don't want any kind of margin, so let me just keep it as 0 itself, so that it will be at the top of the page. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a grid alignment system. Okay, but first let's do for all the child elements. See, I'm going to target all the child elements by their common class name called as child. So first of all, let us give a once again, let me not give a border. Let me give a background color for all the child elements. Background hyphen color. Okay, so let me give it as orange. So all the child elements right now have orange color background. Okay, now let's come to the parent element. Okay, and I'm going to say display as grid. Okay, and in this grid template, grid hyphen template hyphen, I want columns. Okay, I want only one column, so simply I'll say it as 1 FR. That's it. Okay, one fractional unit. Then in this grid template, hyphen template hyphen rows. Rows I want is 3 rows. Okay, so let me just keep like this. You can say like this, 1 FR, that is the first row. Oh, sorry, one second. I made a mistake. I want only one row and 3 columns. Okay, so I'm going to keep it as only one row. Okay, and here first column will be one fractional unit, second column will be two fractional units, and the third one will be one fractional unit. Okay, like this. Okay, so as you can see right now we have only one row and 3 columns like this. Now here I'm going to say grid hyphen gap. Okay, row wise as well as column wise. Okay, let's there be a gap of 5 pixel. Okay, even the row wise as well as the column wise. Okay, since we have only one row, so we won't be able to see, but as you can see here we got this white color gap. Okay, that we got that white color gap because we have mentioned 5 pixels of grid gap. Okay, and when you mention grid gap, it is for both rows and columns. So let me just make it as 10 pixels, and you'll be clearly able to see that particular gap little bit increased like this. Okay, so we have 3 elements just like this. Okay, and uh, here row wise, okay, right now I have kept it as one fractional unit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that one fractional unit and just make it as 200 pixels. Okay, I'm just going to make it as 200 pixels, and as you can see the length okay, the length of all the child elements also has increased okay, according to the parent element. Okay, now let's do like this. Here, if suppose, let's say we are targeting only the left side element, so its class name is child1, child hyphen 1. So let me write that class name over here, and let us give some height. Okay, let's say height is only like 100 pixels. Okay, as you can see right now the height is only 100 pixels, and first of all the text alignment I'm going to make it in the center. ALIGN, text hyphen align center. Okay, it will make the text come in the center of the page. Okay, and just like this only, okay, I want to uh, have for the child 2 as well and the child 1 as well. So let me just copy this child 1 code and just change the class name to child hyphen 2, and this time let me keep this height of this particular second child, that is the center child, as 150 pixels, and let me save it. Okay, and what one more thing what we can do is we'll just do the parent element as 300 pixels. Okay, and this right element, okay, that is a child 3. Okay, let me just copy this code and paste it over here and change the class name to child hyphen 3. Height of this one, let me keep it as 200 pixels. Okay, and text alignment is exactly in the center. Okay, now this whole thing, okay, this whole thing, okay, is your first row where you want to show all the details of all the websites. Maybe here you can give a navigation, here you can give something else. Okay, and as you are noticing that your contents, okay, child elements can be of different sizes and whatnot. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to make them align perfectly in the center. Okay, so that is what we are going to do right now, even if you have uneven height or width or something like that. Okay, so grid system allows you to have a properties on these child elements. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to just go to the parent element where you are writing this CSS code. Okay, so let me just do like this. Okay, see, this is the parent element which has all these 3 contents. Okay, now since it is getting displayed as grid system, okay, so we have one property called as, okay, align hyphen items. Okay, align hyphen items, if I say flex at the start, okay, flex start means it will align themselves at the top of the page. Okay, top of that parent element. Okay, and if I say flex hyphen end, okay, it's going to align them just below the parent element. Okay, and just like this, if you want, you can align them exactly in the center of the parent element, just like this. Okay, no matter whatever the contents or heights, okay, now it will not matter because it will be exactly in the center of the page. Okay, and now what you can do is, see guys, this right side child element is like 200 pixels. Okay, right side, and parent element is 300 pixels, the row which you have decided. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to keep the rows, let me make the rows as 200 pixels and save it. Okay, so as you can see, it has completely matched the red color, sorry, the right side height and the parent element height, both of them are matching. Okay, but now suppose that we have not given the row height or anything like that, and I'm going to simply set it to auto. Okay, hey, let me save it. So now what is happening is, whatever the height of the highest element is, highest child element is, it is going to take the height of that particular element. Okay, now let's suppose this third right side child element, okay, height I'm going to make it as 100 pixel. Okay, and now see, child 2 is 150 pixel, and child 1 intentionally, what I'll do is I'll make it as 50 pixels. So let me just grab this one, and let me just make it as 50 pixels. Okay, so as you can see, as I'm changing the height of the parent element, automatically it is changing according to the highest height of any one of your child elements. Okay, and its alignment is going to be exactly in the center of the page. Okay, now just like this, if every child element has some kind of a width, okay, some kind of a width. So let's just say width width also, let's say it's like only 100 pixels. Okay, width is like 100 pixels, and the same width goes for other uh, child elements as well. Okay, so let me just grab all three of them. Let's save it, and as you can see, we have three child elements right now. Okay, and this child element here, okay, we have gap because this is two fractional units. Okay, here we have mentioned as two fractional units. Okay, now instead of two fractional units, for time being, let me keep it as one fractional unit, the number of columns. Okay, we have chosen three columns, one fractional unit, one fractional unit, and one fractional unit. So this is going to be coming exactly in the center right now. Okay, and as you can see, the first element is towards the left side. Okay, we have gap over here, here also, and we have gap on the right side. Okay, now let's do one more thing. Okay, so let us assume like this. We have height of 50 pixel and 100 pixel width. We have height of 150 pixel and width of 100 pixels. Here for the third child element, we have a height of 100 pixels and width of 100 pixels. Okay, now just like align items, okay, this is, I'm doing it in the parent element. Okay, just like this, I have justify content. Okay, justify content, if I say flex hyphen start, let me save it. Okay, see, if I say, it is going to be here at the, it starts from the beginning itself here. Okay, and if I say flex hyphen end, it's going to move towards the right side. Okay, justify content, or justify, you can use this also, justify items. Okay, as you can see, it is moved to the right side of the page. Okay, let me just do this for flex hyphen start as well, and show you how it is going to move to the left side. Okay, but what I want is to be exactly in the center. Okay, so instead of saying flex hyphen start or flex hyphen end, you can simply say it as center, save it, and as you can see, all the items are getting exactly in the center. Okay, now no matter how much ever the uh, child element might be there, or parent element width, okay, right now the column size, okay, column size what we have mentioned is one fractional unit, and the width is like 100 pixels. So width of all the three child elements are 100 pixels. So what I'll do, I have a justify content, sorry, justify items is there. Okay, there is something called as stretch property as well. Okay, and if I save it, okay, see, it is trying to stretch to the entire fractional unit, one fractional unit of the parent element, each column. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this width property from all three of them. All the three child elements, I'm going to remove this width property. Okay, it's not going to be 100 pixels anymore. Okay, no matter whatever the size of the child elements, okay, it might be one single letter or some full statement or something, but it is going to take the entire width. Okay, because see, justify content, okay, from left side and right side, okay, it is taking up the entire width of that particular fractional unit. Okay, and now let's do one more thing, and here the number of columns which I have mentioned over here. Okay, let me just show you correctly. See guys, this is the three columns which I have mentioned right now. Okay, one fractional unit, one fractional unit, and one fractional unit. Instead of one fractional unit, if I say three fractional units, okay, whatever size of this first element is there, okay, the mid element is going to be the 3 times of this particular size. So let me just save it, and as you can see, we have made the center, okay, the middle section as 3 times the width of the left side and over the right side. Okay, and now let's say I want to make this one twice the size of the first element, and now as you can see here, I'll come here and say 2 and save it, and see, this is one fractional unit left side, this is going to be the 2 fractional unit, and this is going to be the 3 fractional units. Okay, like this you can change the width, okay, depending upon the fractional units you mention over here. Okay, so I guess this 3 fractional unit and this 1 fractional unit, okay, makes perfect sense. Okay, we can have all the names and navigations and all those things, and here we can have the logo or logo of the company or whatever we are trying to do. Okay, and like suppose if we have not mentioned any height of these elements. Okay, see, right now I am working based on the height. See, height I have given as 50 pixels. Height here of the second child element is like 150, and height of the third child element is like 100. Okay, now let's suppose we don't have height mentioned like this. Okay, for the second and third, and for the first, I'm going to remove the child, the height property. Okay, so right now we have not given any kind of heights for the child elements. Okay, so let me just save it, and as you can see, based on the content size, okay, based on the content size, your row is going to appear over like this. Okay, now let's say I go to my HTML code. See, let's say I go to my HTML code and remove of this left text from here, and let's say I write a paragraph. Okay, just type lorem and it will write a dummy paragraph for you, and let's save it. Okay, let's save it, and as you can see the height of this one. Okay, the height of the row automatically changes to the height of the child element which is present over here. Okay, so this is one of the properties. Okay, now just like this, okay, see, just like this, it is going to look awkward because only this one child element's height and properties are getting matched with the child elements as well as the parent element. All the other contents are going to look like this. Okay, if they don't have any contents inside them, and we will be having an awkward space like this. So in order to rectify this, okay, it should not depend upon the content size of each and individual child element. So what you can do is, just like this justify items which you have made to stretch, you can also say align items. Okay, you can say align items. Okay, instead of saying center, you can also have the stretch property as well. So now let me just save this one, and as you can see, no matter whatever the height of any one child element. Okay, see guys, right now what I'll do is I'll just increase the size of this paragraph. Okay, I'll type one more time lorem, and I'll save it, and as you can see, so now it is evenly increasing the size of all the three child elements. Okay, irrespective of the height and width property. Okay, the width wise also it is taking correctly, and the height wise also it is taking correctly. Okay, and rest of the elements we can make it exactly come in the center, and all those things we can match up later on. Okay, so this is the absolute basics of the grid system, okay, which you have to know in order to make your entire web application. Okay, so I hope you like these videos. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.